Hey, so I haven't done one of these in a while, but today I'm doing a little news/speculation video regarding LittleBigPlanet, as some concerning things have popped up during these past few months, even weeks. But I mainly wanted to make this video because not a lot of people are aware of what's going on. So let's get into the first of the three strange occurrences, and this was back in November of 2020. LBP.me, the main LittleBigPlanet website and hub, became inaccessible with no prior announcement from Sony themselves. At first, I wrote this off as some kind of error, a mistake, and thankfully, the community manager, Steven Isbell, put out a reassuring tweet around the same time, stating that it was just some back-end updates and maintenance. He even left an ominous smiley face at the end. Well, it's been 2 months since that tweet, and the website still isn't back. No updates from Steven Isbell were made during these 2 months, other than a vague response made quite recently where he said, "We're still actively investigating the issues with LBP.me. We'll update as soon as I have some more information." That response itself is concerning because now it seems like they're struggling to fix some type of issue with the website when before it was only supposed to be back-end updates and maintenance. And don't forget the smiley face. And if that statement isn't entirely true, I don't think Steven is at fault here. I don't want anyone to go to his Twitter and blame him for feeding us false information, because at first he might have only thought this was purely maintenance, and while trying to update the site they could have caused a number of issues. If not, there are still a number of things that can be happening here. Firstly, what Steven Isbell said could be 100% true. They could be working on updates for the website, however, it might just be taking a much longer time than expected. That's fine, whatever. If not, it's possible the website might have been hacked, it might have been DDoS, but I'd like to believe that's not the case. And if we really want to put our tinfoil hats on, and I mean really stretch here, they could potentially be preparing the website for a new LittleBigPlanet game, and that would make a lot more sense as to why Steven or Sony themselves aren't talking too much about it. I highly doubt that's the case though. Come on, they just released Sackboy Big Adventure, and unless Sackboy's getting LittleBigPlanet DLC, I don't know, I don't think they're doing that though. Speaking of Sackboy though, they could be rebranding the website for Sackboy Big Adventure. But to be entirely honest with you, I feel as if they would have done that months ago, even before the game was released. We can't tell for sure what's going on. It's not out of the realm of possibility they're looking to shut down the site completely. But if that's true, I just wish we could have gotten some type of announcement before they did. It almost feels like Sony launched Sackboy: A Big Adventure and their next generation console while leaving the LittleBigPlanet series behind, and the more stuff I talk about during this video, the more that seems to be the case, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So moving on to the next event, I guess you can say, which is something I personally discovered while browsing the PlayStation Store with my friend who just got his PS5. We were looking through a bunch of games and noticed that LittleBigPlanet 3 is seemingly no longer available to purchase via the PS5 store and only the PS5 store. It does still show up on the PlayStation website, the PS3 store, and I believe the PS4 store as well. If somebody could confirm that in the comments, I would appreciate it, as I don't have that system hooked up right now. But yeah, instead of the usual purchase button, there's a subscribe to PS Now button in its place since that game is available on that service. Some people believe that Sony is secretly trying to push their PS Now streaming service by removing the game from their digital storefronts, but I don't think so, because after looking more into it, this is an issue with more games than just LittleBigPlanet 3. I noticed the PS2 classic Ape Escape 2 had the same issue, and even Minecraft in Minecraft Dungeons, which is shocking to me. I thought more people would have at least noticed Minecraft, but I guess not. And while Ape Escape is also available through PS Now, much like LBP 3, Minecraft in Minecraft Dungeons isn't. I made a tweet about this on January 6th, and Steven Isbell replied stating that the team would be looking into it as soon as they got back from break. Unfortunately though, after 2 weeks, LBP 3 along with the games mentioned are still not back. Now, I have a theory here, and it does involve Sony trying to hide LBP 3 at least for the time being, but I'll get into that soon enough. Before I talk about that, I want to discuss why these other 3 games are unavailable. Ape Escape 2, Minecraft, and Minecraft Dungeons. There's probably more than these 3, but I didn't skim through every single game on the PlayStation Store. That would be insane. But with the Minecraft games, I truly believe this was an accidental delisting. Some might say it could be because Microsoft publishes the games and Sony doesn't want Microsoft published games on their platform. But no, Minecraft is such a highly successful game, it would just be selfish of Sony to just ditch Microsoft support right after they got along so well at the tail end of the PS4 generation. As for Ape Escape 2, I think that was an intentional delisting. See, I didn't know about this beforehand because I didn't own the game, but thanks to Twitter user @AFrontPorch, I was told that Ape Escape 2 specifically has a lot of graphical issues when being played on a PS5. And sure enough, I looked up some gameplay and yeah, it's definitely not stable. And so I think Sony took the game down because it looks unprofessional on their part to leave a Sony published game that's clearly broken and unstable available to buy on the PlayStation Store. Now here's the kicker. LittleBigPlanet 3 is already a broken and unstable game, so while I haven't experienced any PS5 exclusive issues so far, I still think the game's already existing lack of polish scared Sony away from listing the game again on PS5. I know it's an outlandish theory, but it does kind of make sense. Because Sackboy Big Adventure just came out, right? And when people play Sackboy, they might want to play other games in the series, which leads them to the only other game in the series that's on PlayStation 5 being LittleBigPlanet 3, a broken, buggy mess. Maybe they don't want people to see that. And this may not be a purely bad thing, as it is possible they temporarily delisted both Ape Escape 2 and LBP 3 with a plan to bring them back with a PS5 patch. That's what I'm hoping for, but it can honestly go either way. I can only speculate. However, the most recent thing that happened is kind of heartbreaking actually, especially since it makes the last 2 events seem connected and completely intentional. I was made aware that LittleBigPlanet 2 was delisted off of the PS3 store quite recently, and unlike LBP 3, it's unavailable to buy entirely, even on the website. Looking into this a bit deeper though, I figured out that it's not delisted to the point where you can't re-download the game if you already own it. So I guess a better term would be unlisted rather than delisted, but I can't stop thinking about it. Why just LBP 2? Why was that the game they decided to take down? Not PSP, not Vita, even LBP 1 and the PS3 version of LittleBigPlanet 3 are still up. It's just so bizarre to me, and because it's so strange, it does make me think this delisting was genuinely an accident. But when something like this happens a 3rd time, or at least a 2nd time when it comes to delisting a LittleBigPlanet game, it starts to seem like there's a pattern going on here. These games are getting delisted one by one, LBP.me is down, and yeah, it's maybe they're trying to take down all of the games, but we don't know that just yet. And I mean, come on, you're gonna take down LittleBigPlanet 2 right after its 10th anniversary? That's kind of a shitty way to celebrate your game, Media Molecule. Sony, what are you doing? I don't know if it will remain down forever, but LittleBigPlanet 2 is my favorite game of all time, so that sucks. Sucks that we can't rely on digital media for game preservation. Thankfully though, I own every game in the series physically, some even multiple times. And I do actually own the digital version of LBP 2 that was taken down. So it's not the end of the world. I can still play these games whenever I want, I can buy more copies on eBay, but it sucks for people that still want to buy the digital version that simply can't do it. They need to go out of their way to purchase the game secondhand because for some odd reason they decided to delist it. If this keeps up though, and we see more LittleBigPlanet games delisted and none of these games relisted, it's entirely possible the LittleBigPlanet servers are next, which is inevitable. It will happen one day, but it's not something I'm ready for right now. Because LittleBigPlanet is definitely a game that's a lot more soulless without its online compatibility. And because this is happening, I think pretty soon I'm going to start going for those platinum trophies in other LittleBigPlanet games. LBP 1, Vita, and 3. I'm going to stop holding those off, and I might even stream myself trying to go for those platinum trophies because I still have a lot to go. I don't want to miss out on those like I did with karting. And yeah, karting is a game that's also delisted, by the way. If you never noticed, it was delisted around the same time the server shut down. I didn't know that until quite recently. So yeah, that sucks too. Same with Mod Nation Racers. But yeah, a little bit of a gloomy video today, but it was fun to discuss gaming news again, I guess. These videos usually take a lot less time than most of my other videos, so if you enjoyed, let me know in the comments. I might start doing these again, and not just for LittleBigPlanet, of course. I know it's been a while, but I do intend to make videos on games not related to LBP. Fairly soon, actually. It's just that my LBP videos are my best performing videos by a long shot. The game is my niche, I guess you can say, so I haven't really been motivated to do anything else for a while, but I think now's the time to branch out again. Anyways, thanks a ton for watching. If you can, let's help spread this news to more people. Maybe push to get a definitive answer out of Sony, and let's all hope all 3 of these issues resolve fairly quickly. Goodbye.